Morning guys, Mango here, brand new video. Today, single target arena. As you guys can see, it has just started the rotation 2 hours ago, and I will be showcasing the team that I'm running without having a 5 Kigiri, and it's actually one of those cheesy low VP teams. Now, before you guys start typing in the comments below, oh, you're running low VP defenses, I'm talking about attack. I'm running this team not only in defense, because I don't have a 5 Kigiri, so I cannot run any other team, but I'm using it in attack. And last week I was able to achieve rank 20 with this team, which is pretty solid. I think I could have gotten a bit higher, which is actually nice. And the team I'm gonna showcase is this one. Now, before starting with the video, I would like to thank you all for the support, and please hit the sub button because I'm trying to get to 2000 subs. I will do a small giveaway at 2000 subs, and I also I want to get the test server access, and for that I actually need some support in the channel, and subs are a beautiful way to help with that. So no more talking, this is the team, and I will go through the gear first just so I don't waste your time. Diachan is the typical build, okay? He's not gear at the moment, but we would be using Wings of Grace, focusing only on attack, so the higher pieces you have for attack. Mine are not actually that good, but they are good enough. And then on the left side, focus on attack as well. We want Warlord, and the set that I usually use on her is one of the variants, the one that grants 5% extra attack. Let me find it, because I'm actually blind. Okay, there we go. Unstoppable Force. Then on the chest, attack bonus and attack. There we go. That's the Achan, of course, with the exclusive artifact. Then as far as earlys, you can just build her. What I like to do is 1 healing effect, 1 attack speed, 1 attack bonus. You can build her for arena with triple attack bonus, doesn't really matter, you just want some decent stats. And in my case, even though the stats are not the best, I want to force having Wings of Grace set, just so that I can boost my team damage slightly. Then Cithra. With Cithra is quite weird, okay? I'm running Blight Colors, but as far as sets, I'm between the Soulborn Arcana set and then Hell's Lament. I've tested both, and both actually work, so just use the one you think you have the better pieces from. Now, one thing I want to test is running 1 crit damage main stat. The reasoning behind this is, since Arena has this meta where you are facing low BP teams, because with this team you are only facing lower BPs, you cannot face Watcher teams, it is what it is. So I was tempted to run 1 crit damage main stat, because in other content like Nightmare 3, Nightmare 4 even, you run 1 crit damage main stat to increase your damage, just because the defensive stats of the enemies are actually really low. So I had this theory about Arena. I haven't really tested it. If I end up doing it and it actually works, I will let all of you guys know. But as you guys can see, triple attack bonus, and then here the best pieces you can, so attack bonus and attack bonus, something like that. This would be ideal. And then we have Balderon, Infernal Roar, just get pieces like this. He's not gear at the moment, but these kind of pieces. And then last but not least, Narvi. You can also run Siren. I like Narvi a bit more because the first cost regen is slightly faster, like 1 or 2 seconds. As far as artifacts, run Lunacy Visor, and gear you can run either Unshaken Will or Morale set. If you run Morale, the gear requirement as far as HP goes will be much higher, because you really need those survivability stats, and also try to get at least 30 to 40 rage regen, so that you can place Valderon really fast on the first round. That being said, let's jump into a fight. You will be avoiding this team, the one with Ingrid, Kigiri, Bukum. You want to face these teams or the one using Cithra instead, the one we are using. Let's jump into the fight. As you guys can see, the BP is actually low. Doesn't matter, we are also facing other low BP teams. And what you wanna do is place Narvi at first. That's really important. And what I like to do is I click on her to slow down the time, giving me enough seconds to just place Valderon as soon as we can. So we click on her, we slow down the time slightly, and now that she's about to get the ultimate, we click on the ultimate, place Valderon, and that's pretty much it. Then you will want to place Diao-chan as soon as you can and change her to inspiration mode. One of the cool things about this team is you don't actually need A3 Diao-chan. In other arena teams, you have to run A3 Diao-chan actually helps a lot because you usually have 3 DPS units. Here you only have 2. So having A1 Diao-chan is plenty. You don't really need having her A3. In fact, A3 doesn't help at all for this team. And also one cool thing, which is also a disadvantage, is you only have to gear 2 DPS units, Valderon and Cithra. If your gear is good enough, this will be an advantage. However, if your gear is not good for arena, like you don't have quad rolls, you don't have really good pieces, you will be lacking damage. It's like a double-edged sword. So now, as I've said, we have placed Valderon, and we're just gonna wait until he kills the wave. There we go. We haven't ulted yet, as you guys can see. We're just killing it with basic attacks. Now, at round 3, when this guy is getting closer, we're gonna, well, we can place Cithra already, and we ult with Valderon. Some people tend to ult with Cithra here. I like to hold my Cithra ultimate for the next round. Let me move myself slightly so you guys can see all the ultimates. And then we can just use Narvi ultimate to get some more cost regen, and also 1 Arcana stacks for our Cithra. And there we go. And here is where the fun starts. When the second to last enemy on every wave is about to die, we will be popping Cithra ultimate, and this will result in an absolute one-shot on the last enemy. So here we can just see this guy will get killed, and then we pop Cithra, and the clone will just wipe this guy as soon as he walks into our range. Of course, awakenings on Valderon are really important, but I've set this team on takeover accounts with A0 Valderon, and it was enough to get to Apex. So yeah, you might not be able to reach like top 20, top 5, but let's be real. You're facing people that have spent maybe dozens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you have A0 Valderon, it's hard to compete against those people. But yeah, that's something that happens on every arena, and in the end we just want to farm for Lady Alex. We don't really care too much about the ranking. Of course, it's always fun, it's always cool to get high rankings or even the top 1 avatar, but let's be realistic, we want to farm Apex coins. Here, once again, as I've explained before, Cithra ultimate, the clone stays on the map, one shot. Also, for those that were lucky enough to pull Cithra A1, the difference she makes from A0 to A1 is out of this world. It's like 2 different units. I'm not saying at A0 she's bad, however, at A1 she gets extra hits. I think some defense down, I might be wrong on the second part, but she can get some extra hits on the ultimate, and that actually makes such a huge difference for arena, because against these guys, when you start facing around 490k, 510k BP, Cithra might not be able to kill them on time. However, once you get her A1, those extra hits just help you so much that it's actually amazing. She became one of my favorite champs, and I'm still quite pissed that her skin is just a blue chroma. It's literally like Trask, and somehow I bought Trask skin, but I haven't bought the Cithra one. Don't ask me why, but yeah, I think her design is so cool that is such a shame that her skin is just a blue chroma. I know it has some better animations, but her design is insane. She could have been way better. This guy died before round 9, but It's pretty basic. You want to cycle through Valderon ultimates, you want to get Cithra to ult the second to last enemy, and just one-shot the waves. As I've said, this team might piss some people because I know they don't like low BP teams, but remember, we are using this in attack. We are hitting those low BP defenses that cannot be beaten in any other way. If you're facing this kind of teams, the one with Higiri, the one with Cithra, like this one, the only way to beat them is using Cithra. There is no other way around it. Of course, there are some teams that will have the timings not well optimized, so you might be able to beat them with a Watcher team, with a Chaos team, but that's not what it will usually happen when you're high enough in the ranking. So guys, thanks for staying until the end. As I've said, please subscribe. I would like to reach 2,000 subs, and I will be making a giveaway, all trying to get the test server access. So thanks for staying until the end. I've been Mango once again, and I'll see you in another video.